So good morning everyone. Today I am going to discuss orbital notation. Okay. So it is the another way of expressing the electronic configuration of an atom. So in the previous video lecture I have discussed how to write down the electronic configurations, simple SPDF notations with power of electrons, and there is also orbital notations. Okay. So it is the another way of expressing the electronic configuration of an atom. In this notation, the orbital of the subshell are represented by a box and the electrons are represented by arrow. Arrow upward represents plus up, that is positive spin, and arrow spin down, that is downward, represents minus up, negative spin. This type of notation is advantageous over the first one as it clearly represents all the four quantum numbers. So from the orbital notations, if you fill up electrons in orbitals, then from this you can get the value of four quantum numbers. Okay, so it clearly represents all the four quantum numbers as well as the electron pairing. Even the spin of various electrons can be seen properly, as for example, electronic configuration of sodium orbital notation as shown in the right hand side. As shown in the right hand side. What? Here you see first, that is first electron, this one, 2 electron is downward spin. So in a orbital 2 electron reside occupy in opposite spins. Okay. Again 2s2, 1s2, 2s2, 3 upward, 4 downward. Okay, no problem. Now come to p orbital. As you know, this is the degenerate orbital having px, py, pz suborbitals. So first, according to Joule's rule, as it is the 3 degenerate orbitals, so that's why electron first singly. So this is 5th, then 6. Okay, so 5th, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 2 plus 2, 4 plus 6, 10. So atomic number sodium is 11. So 3s1, that is 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 comes second orbital, 7 comes third orbital. All are upward spin. Again 8 downward spin, 9 downward spin, 10 also downward spin. Here, so numbering of electrons in the sequence of their filling following rule of maximum multiplicity. Okay. So the electronic configuration of sodium is simply written as neon within third bracket neon. Neon is 10 and 3s1. That is, so neon is in stable neon noble gas configuration, inert gas configurations. So always an atom or element has a tendency to get a nearest noble gas configurations, octet and doublet in case of helium. So that's why we can write the electronic configuration either within third bracket neon 3s1. So condensed electronic configuration, that is condensed electronic configuration. So electronic configuration of argon as neon 3s2 3p6, 10, 12 plus 6. So core electron like neon, this core electron neon, that is called core electron. These are the inner shell electrons. Okay. So again nitrogen, Z equals to 7 atomic number, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So this is the SPD notations. The power is electrons, or you can write either orbital notation by writing box 1s square, 1s2, 1 2, 2s2, 3 4, 2p 3. So 1 2 3 singly first. So that's why 5 6 7. Okay, 2p 3. In case of oxygen, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p4, total 8 atomic number, or you can write 1s2, 1 2, 3 4, 2p4, 5 6 7 8. Okay. So this is the way of writing the electronic configuration by orbital notation or SPD notation. In case of SPD notation, we should write first the value of principal quantum number. Okay, 1s, 2s, 2p, etc. So now next come to valence electrons. So these are the outer electrons, that is electrons which are present in the shell with the highest principal quantum number. So I have written here so many electronic configuration. Okay, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So which one is valence shell? Highest number of principal quantum number value. Highest value is n equals to 2, n equals to 2. Which orbital involved? S and P. How many electrons? 2 plus 4. That is 6. If you here n value 2, how many electrons? 2, 4, 6. Similarly here 2s2 is the valence shell or outer shell. Highest number of principal quantum number value, here n equals to 2, here n equals to 2. But in case of sodium, here highest quantum number n equals to 3. So valence electron is 1 because it contains 1 electrons. So exceptional configuration of chromium and copper. So electronic configuration of chromium and copper are different from expected electronic configurations. But so chromium is expected argon 3d4 4s2, but actual argon 3d5 4s1. Copper argon 3d9 4s2, argon 3d10 4s2. So d4 becomes d5, d9 becomes d10. Expected, but actual. This is the electronic configurations. So these actual configurations are due to the fact that half-filled and full-filled orbitals are very stable. Nature loves stability and so do the elements. So the unexpected electronic configuration are acquired to gain stability. As in case of chromium, in its actual electronic configuration, d orbitals are half-filled. Okay. So that's why d5 half-filled and d10 full-filled, they are more stable configurations. Okay, next move on. The reason for stability of complex filled and half-filled subshell as follows. Symmetrical distribution of electrons. So reason, what is the reason behind this? Symmetrical distribution of electrons and exchange energy. Okay. So first, symmetrical distribution of electron. It is known fact that the symmetry leads to stability. Symmetry leads to stability. So the half-filled and full-filled orbitals are symmetrical, hence stable. Moreover, this type of electronic configuration is even favored by energy factor. The electrons in 3D subshell have equal energy, but they just differ in their spatial distribution. Spatial. This result is less shielding of one another. Due to small shielding, I have already discussed shielding effect. The electrons are pulled closer to the nucleus, and as the electrons move closer to the nucleus, their energy decreases. Further, this decrease in energy leads to stability. So you see, chromium d5 half-filled d orbitals. Okay, valence shell. This is the d10 system. Copper full-filled, more stable. Now come to exchange energy. Electrons with same speed have tendency to exchange their positions when they are present in the degenerate orbitals. Electrons with the same speed have tendency. So electrons with the same spin have a tendency to exchange their positions when they are present in the degenerate orbitals of subshell. The energy released during this exchange is called exchange energy. So electrons with the same spin have tendency to exchange their position when they are present in the degenerate orbitals of a subshell. Their energy released during the exchange is called exchange energy. Okay. More of the number of electrons with identical spin, more the number of ways of exchanging. With identical spin, more the number of ways of exchanging with each other, more will be energy released, called exchange energy. Moreover, we know that decrease in energy leads to stability. Okay, higher energy release means decrease in energy leads to stability. Okay, so that is the main funda of the exchange energy. Now case 1, what will happen if the electronic configuration chromium was argon 3d4 4s2, then electron could be exchanged in only 6 ways as shown above. This electron can exchange this, 3 exchange by electron 1, 2 exchange by electron 2, this electron, 1 exchange, this electron 1 exchange. Okay, so total 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 6 exchange. Okay, so in total 6 ways of exchange, possible exchange for D4 configuration. In case 2, actual configuration of chromium is 3d5 4s1, possible exchange for 3d5 configuration. So in total 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 10 ways of exchange. How? You come here. For these electrons 1, 2, 3, 4, because 5 unpaired electrons. So 4 exchange by electron 1, here 3 exchange by electron 2, here 2 exchange by electron 3, here 1 exchange by electron 4. So total 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4, that is 10 ways of exchange. So more energy released, that means more will be the decrease in energy due to stability. So here we conclude that in actual half field configuration of chromium, more are the number of exchange, that is 10, in contrast of 6 exchanges in the expected configurations. Okay, this is the exchange of energy, exchange of electrons. Or you can find out by using this formula, E equals to K n into n minus 1 whole divided by 2, where n is number of electron with same spin and K is the exchange constant, different for different metals. So you can, using this formula, E equals to K n into n minus 1 by 2, you get the value of exchange energy in joule. Okay, so that is the two ways you can find out this exchange energy. So reason for the stability of half field full field, we can explain symmetrical distribution of electron and also exchange energy. So next move on. Now geometry. Most structures follow the pattern as if the central atom were in the middle and corners of that shape are the location of the ligands. These shapes are defined by the orbitals overlap between ligand and metal orbital and ligand-ligand repulsions, which tends to lead to certain regular geometry. However, there are many cases that deviate from regular geometry. So as your syllabus, the simple molecules are given, but you have to know some sophisticated molecules as for I3 minus, Br4 minus. So determination of shape or geometry by two methods. Method 1, very important. Determine the central atom present in the molecule by considering larger size of the atom. Who will be central atom? Larger size of the atom with less electronegativity. Rule 2. Find out the total number of electron pairs, which is denoted EPs, electron pairs of the central atom, or number of hybrid orbital of the central atom by following expression. For neutral molecule, number of EPs, electron pairs of central atom, equals to half within third bracket. Number of valence electron of the central atom plus number of univalent atoms. What will be the univalent atoms? Only hydrogen and halogen. X means halogen. Okay, as for example, NH3 water, carbon dioxide, PCl. These are the neutral molecules. There is no plus, there is no minus. So now not cationic anionic species. This is the neutral molecule. For these neutral molecules, you get the number of EPs, electron pairs of central atom, by this formula, half within third bracket number of valence electron of central atom plus number of univalent atoms. What will be the univalent atoms? Only hydrogen and halogen, nothing else. Now for cationic species, number of EPs of central atom equals to half within third bracket number of valence electron of central atom plus number of univalent atoms minus charge on cations. But for cationic species, you always subtract how many charge present, that is minus charge on cation. NH4 plus, so you should subtract minus 1. For anionic species, number of EPs of central atom equals to half of number of valence electron of central atom, same formula, plus number of univalent atoms, only hydrogen halogen, plus charge on anion, that is BH4 minus, SO4 2 minus, plus for BH4 plus 1, SO4 plus 2, NO3 minus plus 1. Okay, so these are the method 1, very conventional, very renowned method. From this method you can find out the central atom and number of EPs. Then you get the shape corresponding hybridations and number of bond pair, lone pair, etc. etc. Okay. So method 2, steric number of sigma bond around the central atom plus number of lone pair on that central atom. Okay. So method 1 is best. Okay, if you remember interested, then you go for method 1. So according to my suggestion, method 1 is the best method. Okay, so that you can find out the number of EPs. So in order to find out the EPs, you first choose the central atom having large size of the atom and less electronegativity. Then you should know the valence electron of the central atom plus how many univalent atom attached with that central atom. Univalent atom means hydrogen halogen. For cationic species, you always subtract that amount of positive charge, and for anionic species, you always add that amount of negative charge. Okay, so I have already shown here for neutral molecule, cationic species, anionic species. Next, move on. So number of EPs 2. If you get the number of electron pair 2, hybridization will be sp. Why? S power 1 p power 1 plus 1 2. Geometry, regular structure. We talk about here regular structure. Later we will discuss the distorted structure or particular name structure. Okay, here we discuss in this table regular structure. So if you get number of EPs of central atom 2, then hybridization will be sp, linear structure, whose bond angle will be 180 degree. So this is the chart of EPs with hybridization, regular shape and bond angle. If you get number of EPs 3, so s power 1 p 3, because p has 3 suborbital px, py, pz. So maximum power of p is 3 and maximum power of d 5, a 14. So s power is 1. So that's why here 3 s p2, 2 plus 1, that is 3. Trigonal planar, bond angle 120 degree. Okay. For sp3, 1 plus 3, tetrahedral 190 degree, 109 degree, 28 minutes. 5 sp3d, you see s power 1 orbital, p 3 suborbital, that's why 3 plus 1 4, d1, that is 5. Trigonal bipyramid, which is very known TBP structure, 90 degree axial and 180 degree equatorial. 6 sp3d2, 1 plus 3 plus 2, that is 6. Octahedral structure, 90 degree. 7 sp3d3, 1 plus 3 plus 3, 7 EPs. So that's why pentagonal bipyramid PBP, 90 degree and 70 degree. Okay, so this is the table for EPs and hybridization and bond angle. Now the molecules I have shown here by using this method 1 and method 2. So I emphasize on method 1. So taking neutral molecule, cationic species and anionic species. Na is for plus. Okay, so here in between nitrogen and hydrogen, nitrogen is large size, so that's why nitrogen is central element. So first you consider the large size, there is less electronegativity. So how many valence electron of nitrogen? 5. So number of EPs of nitrogen equals to half 5. 5 is valence electron of nitrogen plus number of univalent atoms, hydrogen, halogen, here hydrogen present, that's why plus 4. Cationic species, how many cation chains? Plus 1, that's why minus 1, that is 5 plus 4 minus 1, that is 8 by 2, that is 4. Okay. So out of 4 EPs, how many bond pairs? There is a with nitrogen 4 hydrogen bonds, 4 hydrogen with nitrogen, that is 4 BPs. Number of BPs 4, number of LP 0. So in NH4 plus molecule, if I ask how many lone pair? 0 lone pair. How many bond pair? 4. So hybridization will be number of EPs 4, number of EPs 4, sp3 hybridization, sp3 hybridization. Shape will be tetrahedral, shape will be tetrahedral. Okay. SF4, S is the larger molecule. Okay, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. So valence electron 6, half into 6 plus 4. Halogen, F is halogen, so that's why 6 plus 4, 10 by 2, that is 5 EPs. 5 EPs means sp3 hybridization, sp3 hybridization. Okay, so now out of 5, 4 BPs, there is a 4 SF bond and 1 LPs. So due to the presence of lone pair, now structure should be sp trigonal bipyramid, but its structure, actual structure is seesaw, not TBP. Later we will discuss the details table. So this is the seesaw structure particular. Or if you do not remember the seesaw structure, you can write the distorted TBP structure. Okay, if you do not remember, you can write distorted TBP structure. SO42 minus sulfur. Here sulfur valence electron 6. So half into 6. Here univalent atom only hydrogen, halogen. That's why you do not consider the oxygen. So 6 and plus 2. Plus 2 means this plus 2 means this negative charge. So 8 by 2, that is 4. 4 means sp3. So sp3 hybridations. So out of 4, there are 4 oxygen bonds. So the 0 LPs, there is no lone pair. So that's why this is the regular structure tetrahedral. Similarly, NO3 minus, nitrogen is a central element whose valence electron is 5. So 5 plus 1 oxygen is not a univalent atom. So 3 means here sp2, that is trigonal planar, and out of 3 BPs, 0 LPs, 3 NO bond, So that's why trigonal planar structure. Okay. So that is the I have discussed. If you go to the method 2, SN, steric number. So SN 4 plus 0, 4, same way. SN 4 plus 1, 5, 4 plus 0, SN 3 plus 0. Okay. So better you remember this rule 1. Okay. Number of EPs of central atom. Next, move on. But here I have shown here details table and with the particular shape of the molecule. If you do not remember the particular name, C shape, V shape, T shape, linear, square planar, whatever may be, you can write the distorted. Okay. So number of EPs 2. Here I have number of EPs, first column, number of EP, bond pairs, number of LP, lone pair, hybridization, molecule type, shape or geometry examples. So chart of details of EPs, LPs, BPs, hybridization, shape and type with examples. So first 2. If number of EPs, as I told you in the previous slide, number of bond pair 2, number of LP 0. Hybridization SP, what type? AB2 type. A is a central element, B. Okay. So linear examples BCl2, BF2, AgCl2, CO2, CO, NO2 plus. CO2 carbon valence electron 4 by 2, that is 2 EPs because oxygen is not a univalent atoms. So 4 by 2, that is 2 means SP. SP means linear structure. So that's why carbon has a CO2 has a linear structure. Similarly 3, there is a 2 possibilities. In case of 3 EPs, there is a 2 possibilities. First, number of bond pair 3, 0 LPs. sp2, ab3, trigonal planar. A number of bond pair 2 and lone pair 1. When lone pair comes, hybridization will be same. Keep in mind, hybridization always get from number of EPs. Okay. So due to the presence or absence of lone pair, nothing influence on the hybridations. Hybridization as it is, which we get from this number of EPs. So AB2 E type band or V shape, SO2, SO3, trigonal planar BF3, BlCO3, CO3. In case of 4, there is a 4 possibility, 4 0, sp3, ab4, tetrahedral, CH4, NH4 plus. 3 1, that is lone pair becomes 1, hybridization same, AB3 E type, trigonal pyramid, NH3 ammonia, pyramidal structure, trigonal pyramidal structure, NCl3, H2 positive, etc. 1 3, if 1 bond pair 3 lone pair, sp3, ab E3, linear structure, COLO minus, 7 plus 1 by 2, that is 4 EPs. 2 BPs, 2 lone pairs, sp3, ab2e2, bend or V shape, water, H2S, OF2, ClO2 minus. So XCO2, these are the important examples of this type of number of 4 EPs. Similarly 5 EPs, 5 0, sp3d, ab5, TBP structure, PCl5. Okay, later we will see the shape of particular axial liquid radial. 4 1, sp3d, ab4e, CSO structure, SF4, IF4 plus. If 3 bond pair, 2 lone pair, sp3d, same hybridization, ab3e2, T shape, ClF3, BrF3. If 2 BP, 3 LP, sp3d, ab2e3, linear, HCF2, ICl2 minus, I3 minus. Very important. Now case of 6 CP, 6 0, sp3d2, ab6, octahedral, SF6, PF6 minus. 5 1, 5 BPs, 1 lone pair, sp3d2, ab5e, square pyramidal, BrF5, XCO4, IF5. Similarly 4 2, sp3d2, ab4e2, square planar, XCF4, BrF4 minus, ICl4 minus. In case of 7 EP, 7 0, 7 bond pair, 0 lone pair, sp3d3, ab7, pb2, pentagonal bipyramid, IF7. In case of 6 BPs, 1 LPs, sp3d3, ab6e, distorted octahedral structure, XCF6. So this is the chart in details, number of BPs, number of bond pairs. So corresponding when a lone pair appears, structure will be changed. Okay, and particular molecule have a compound, have a particular shape for the presence of lone pair. If you do not remember, then you can write the distorted. Okay, Then you write down the distorted tetrahedral, distorted DBP, distorted octahedral, etc. Okay. If you remember, then you can write the exact shape of the molecules during the presence of lone pair of electrons. Okay. So this is the chart. Number of is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So according to their EPs, how many bond pair, lone pair, and molecular type, what type, molecular AB2 type, AB3 type, and leaf start shape or geometry, and what will be the examples. So this is the examples. So there is some tricky or complicated or sophisticated example, I3 minus, XCF2, IF5, XCF4. These are the sophisticated, but sometimes it will come, and though they are interested, these are the four. There you can now find out, try yourself. First find out the EPs. How to find out EPs of central atom? First choose the central atom by choosing large size, less electronegativity, and then you know the valence electron of the central atom. So that's why you should remember the periodic table element with atomic number. Then you get plus univalent atoms. Then for cationic species you subtract, anionic species you add in. Next, now in case of ammonia, what will happen in ammonia? The shape is trigonal pyramidal instead of tetrahedral. Because now, before discussing this, we can check this, the shape, particular shape, AB3 trigonal planar, like this shape, trigonal planar. AB2E angular bend structure, a V-shaped structure. This one seesaw structure, seesaw structure, T-shaped structure like a T. These are the lone pair. Okay. This is AB4E2 square planar. Okay, square planar molecules. Square pyramidal. This one 5. Okay. Distorted octahedral XCF6. Distorted octahedral XCO3, XCO4. Square pyramidal. Linear structure. I3 minus. So this is the particular shape. Okay. So now in case of ammonia, what will happen in case of ammonia? Instead of tetrahedral structure, we get the trigonal pyramidal structure due to the presence of one lone pair of electron. Now what the actual lone pair did? The shape is trigonal pyramidal instead of tetrahedral because if the central atom nitrogen contains both lone pair and bond pair, only bond pair takes the decisive role. Only bond pair takes the decisive role to explain the geometry of the compound, as lone pair electron like a cloud diffuse on the central atom, so it cannot explain any structure. So you always omit the position of lone pair. So trigonal pyramidal position of lone pair, this is the, so this position of lone pair you always omit. Okay, so shape is pyramidal instead of tetrahedral because if the central atom nitrogen contains both lone pair and bond pair, only bond pair takes decisive role to explain the geometry of the compound, as lone pair electrons like a cloud diffuse on the central atom, so it cannot explain any structure. So you always dominate the position of lone pair and bond explain the shape. So now in case of PCl3F2, the shape is TBP, trigonal bipyramid, but F atom is placed on the axial position. F atom is placed in the axial position and Cl atom is placed on the equatorial position. That can be explained by Bain's rule. You see, trigonal bipyramidal structure. Here this is the axial, this is the axial, this is equatorial, this is equatorial, this is equatorial. These are the axial positions. Okay, 90 degree, this is the 120 degree. So this is the equatorial, 3 equatorial, this is the 2 axial positions. So in case of PCl3F2, the shape is TBP, but F atom is placed on the axial positions and Cl atom is placed in the equatorial position, 3 equatorial, by Bain's rule. A more electronegative atom or group prefer to occupy that hybrid orbital. So more electronegative atom or group prefer to occupy that hybrid orbital which has smaller percentage of S character. So more electronegative atom or group prefer to occupy that hybrid orbital which has smaller percentage of S character. So more electronegative atom has tendency to attract shared pair electron towards itself, thus it will prefer to overlap with that hybrid orbitals which has less percentage of S character, that is relative more distance from the nucleus of central atom, because by doing so it increases the stability of the system. Next, move on. Benz rule 2. The lone pair of electron prefers to occupy that hybrid orbitals. Lone pair of electron prefer to occupy that hybrid orbitals which has greater percentage of S character. So lone pair of electron prefers to occupy that hybrid orbitals which has greater percentage of S character. As S orbital is more close to nucleus, the electron pair present in S orbital will experience more attractions of the nucleus. That is, stability of the system increases. Therefore, a lone pair prefers to occupy that hybrid orbital which has greater percentage of S character. So lone pair prefers to occupy that hybrid orbital which has greater percentage of S character. Okay, so that is the Benz rule. Now, in case of I3 minus, the structure will be as below. Right hand side, lower LP repulsion is the favorable structure. So structure A is favorable due to less repulsion. How? Because I3 minus you can write rearranging by I with 2 adjacent iodine by 2 covalent bond. So in this iodine is a central atom. So 7 plus 2 halogen atom plus 1. So that is 5 BPs. So this structure will be TBP, trigonal bipyramid, sp3d. But what will happen up to out of 5 BPs, 2 BPs and 3 LPs? So you see, look, if 2 BPs and 3 LPs, 2 BPs, 3 LPs, sp3d linear structure. Here I3 minus, ICl2 minus, XCl2. Okay. So that's why here structure A. This is the equatorial. This is the axial. So what will happen? Here lone pair repulsion. Okay. Lone pair repulsion is 1 because there is a lone pair bond pair, there is a lone pair bond pair. But structure B, here lone pair. So LP repulsion is 1, here LP repulsion is 2. So structure A, LP repulsion is 1, that is minimum. So that is the favorable structure. So I, bond I, that is the linear structure. And this is the presence of 3 lone pair electron. So that structure A is the favorable structure, more facile structure due to less LP repulsion. So according to VAC theory, which is not included in your syllabus, valence electron pair theory, so LP repulsion will be lower, LP repulsion will be more favorable structure. Okay, here I saw some structure shape, tetrahedral shape. Okay, this is the tetrahedral shape, 190 degree, 28 minutes. This is the trigonal planar structure, 120 degree. This is the linear structure, 180 degree, like CO2. Okay, this is the octahedral structure. Okay, octahedral structures. This is the pentagonal bipyramid structures. Don't need to this for those are interested. And this is the trigonal bipyramid structure. These are the 3 equilibrium position. These are the 2 axial position. So in case of I3, again I tell you I3 minus. What will happen in case of I3 minus? You should write it like this: iodine with adjacent to iodine atom, then middle iodine as a central atom, then this valence electron of this central atom 7, group 17, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So 7 plus 2, this is the 2 halogen atom plus 1, that's why 5. So out of 5, hybridization sp3d, its structure or shape should be trigonal bipyramid, but due to the presence of 3 lone pairs, its shape will be linear structures. How? Now if you can draw these 2 possibilities, this is the equatorial, one equatorial, this is the equatorial, this is equatorial, these are the axial positions. So here we count the lone pair repulsion, here the count the lone pair repulsion. In this case LP repulsion is 2, in this case LP repulsion is 1. So lower the LP repulsion, better acceptable structure will be structure A, because it involves LP repulsion is minimum, that is 1. But in case of here LP repulsion is 2, so that's why higher LP repulsion, it is not acceptable structures. So acceptable structure is structure A, where LP repulsion is 1, because this is the lone pair bond pair, this is the lone pair bond pair. This is the lone pair bond pair, this is lone pair bond pair. But this is the lone pair and this is the lone pair lone pair. This is the lone pair bond pair. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this video as I have finished the atomic structure. So thanks for watching this video.